Today is a very special episode because our guest is a recovery life coach of a treatment center here in Cebu. It is my honor to welcome Bob Buenaventura. Hi, Kuya Bob. How are you?
Hi, Earl. Thank you so much for inviting. And for the people who are listening, how are you today?
Thank you very much for saying yes. So, just to give context, Kuya is the counterpart of ate, which is used to respect men who are older. So, first things first, did you imagine that you would one day find yourself in your life to become a recovery life coach?
Actually, Earl, never had in my wildest dream yet that I'll become a recovery life coach. Before, I just wanted to be part of the society where I can work and have fun and just to have a salary. That's all.
So, if you wouldn't mind, what was your childhood dream that you wish that could be your career?
I wanted to become a pilot.
I'm actually curious with your story. So, take us to how that direction changed your life.
Ang direction na ako before kay wala gyud ako damab sa kung saon pa nako sa akong kinabuhi, wala gyud ko kibaw nga asa ko dapita dan asa Ginoo. Butan kay ko na bata, as in mutuo din sa ginikanan kay I live by fear gyud kay akong father was a disciplinarian man. Every time makasala mi, so naagid na siyang disiplina, kaluon mi, sud sako, padupahon, kubuan, bisag unsa nga mga butang na makita sa father, bunalan ka. So growing up, pirmi kadlok lang din siya.
It must have been hard for you to stand up against your father for the types of discipline he imposed on you.
Kung mo na gid na siya, nagsugod ka sa pagkabata, tapatan ka, sa gitar ka buang, yawa man mo, suda si mong utok. Madlok ka, muduol, kanigabot niya, sulod mi sa room. If musulod siya sa room, gawas na sa mi sa sala. Every time musulod siya, so niya, nga, buuan mo ang akong shoes, then tagay kong chinelas. Isa kay nga na lang, kinanglan mo duol mi. If dili mi mo duol, dila ray way labot di mo. And there was one time nga niingon akong father na nay usa ninyo kay duhar man mi kabuk sa akong isuon maka adto sa Cebu nga mo eskwela. Di akong kuya niingon man kuya nako dili ko. So nako yun ingon nga ako na lang ma pero nahadlok adto. Naghilak yun ko nga okay, kinun ka bata pa ka, you're pila ka years old. I think 8 or 9 man siguro years old. Nag-separate me sa akong father, mother, brothers. Ako rin na sa Cebu. So, pag abot sa Cebu, I was left unsupervised with yung mga ni kup na ako, like akong uncle, and then I was transferred by another auntie, so on yapon sa father, tanan na ko na namatan sa pagkabata, na dili angay ta makitan, o dili angay nga matilawan sa pagkabata. So dito na kontrawan pag grade 4. First would be the alcohol part. And nagtudlo pa yun, ana, ang pinamanghuran sa akong father.
Oh my.
But nevertheless, I never feel hatred sa mga igsuon nila ha. The thing here is, katong time nalang ko murag kalagot lang sa akong father.
Perhaps you must have longed for your father to be very expressive of his love towards you.
Actually, dili sad kay I was longing sa akong mom yun. Katong stage nga, nabuwag ni, akong mama mo iprin ako na, hindi rin papa. So, papa,
Mm.
dili man ko kauno ng nindot, puros man bati akong mahunanaan niya. And until now.
Oh.
And until now, magsige man, maghunahuna ako sa past. It was a traumatic experience with the disciplinary yung papa, mangulata, pagkita ko sa akong mga auntie nga ako'y padaguton og sigarilyo, kay mag-forum, magmadyong. Wala na ko daw magid Earl na akong dream to become a pilot. Nang wala na gid siya. Wasan na ko mag-expect nga mahimo sad ko og actively using ko nga addict. And wala pa sad ko maingon nga na-addict ato. It was just an experiment sa yun kay, di ba, mga bata, you were left unsupervised, ganan ka nga mutila, wala unsa kanino. And I
Mm.
was bullied sa atong elementary. Every time imabuli ko, kibaw akong mama, papa, wala kibaw akong brother, wala mo rescue nimo. So I have to adapt with the environment na mo nga ang mga kuyog na ko, mga tambay rapod. Ito ko nakatuntanan.
So with you actively using, I feel like it's not just only curiosity, but it's also for you to escape your environment, which is actually stressful.
Hindi sa na ko siya matawag og stressful environment. Sa ako lang yun, I was enjoying that stage. Kaya wala man ko kibaw yun. Kung asa gustahan, kaya I don't belong with itong first nga family. Okay? Ito ko kumatog sa sala. Every time git-git ka, ayaw magsikuhila. for pila na pa months. Every night yun na siya. I was grade 4, 10 years old yun na siya. Kaya kuyawan mo ko, kay naanad ako, abli ang suga na mo, permitong napako sa poder sa akong family. But for that, mga kong trauma, mubitaw na ako, kan bisag unsa pa ka gamay, mahibawaan pagid na ako, unsa kong kaagi. Pero ganina rin ko, I prayed so hard ni Lord na forgive na akong father. Gilan ako siya as in father, but kumayong ka og love na ako siya, dili na ka ma-feel until now. But the respect is still there. There are things na I hated how he disciplined us. Kaya magsiging ko yun, if ever nga na ko anak, I wouldn't treat that akong son or daughters nga mapunay ko sa akong father. Every time makakita ko na yung kapakon nga bata, maglagot ko. Kaya dili ko ganan nga naon sila nga mapareha sa ako abang na trauma. Ako magkanaw gyud ko, it will bring back the days nung masakitan gyud ko. Some give proper parenting style.
Childhood is the most delicate in terms of memory and it's very tender. So I think this is also a lesson here that in terms of parenting, you have to be very careful of how you really show it to your kids. Maybe on that long effect, it would build resilience in terms of the individual, but the emotional hurt will always be there, whether we like it or not.
I totally agree with you. It's a big impact yun.
So let's go into that part when you started to take in these unwanted things that you are now an active user. How was it like for you?
Na siya good or bad side yun. There are 5 stages of addiction. First stage would be experimentation. Doesn't mean when you experiment the drugs and you will be addicted right away. You go through the process yun siya. May yung substance addiction, it's not just about drugs, but alcohol siya. It's a mood-altering substance, man,
Yes.
that can alter the brain. So, pag 10 years old, puti first nga nakatilaw ko og alcohol.
Okay.
That was just for 3 shots of Red Horse. And then, ang after effect ana is namuwa ko, nag-allergy ko, nahilantan ko for just 1 day. And then after that, na-okay ko. But, nasunod sa unod lang nindot na sa dito. Kay I can express myself once nga makainom ko og beer. After that, pag grade 5, when I was with my auntie na sad, ibalhin na sad ko, it's another environment na sad, na nasad to ang rugby, marijuana, porn. 5 years old, na and sa mga auntie nga having sex with other men, kay mga buwag man sila sa mga partners. And then ako, nakasuway ko grade 4, I was molested or abused by a gay man. Dagan ko na hantod ang porn addiction, makakita na ko, ako na yung operate sa Betamax, mapampi Betamax una. Ito, every time wala sila, manglakaw sila, ako na siya, porn sa ko. And then, ako yung mga amigo na ako, mga taga-tambay sa Luyo. So, ako pasudlon. And then, mananaw may porn, iguman, patilawan ko rugby, mag-rugby ko, ito ako na lang usa, and then after that, iwanan na sad, kay every time nga magpalight o cigarette akong auntie, mukha sad ko, magkuha ko duha, hit-hit na ko, dili ko kahorot, ako na sang dadun sa gawas. And then makakita ang mga neighbors na ko, nga mga tambay, subo ko, yawa na ko niyo mo, good, bata, ka, o kanyo, kita, mas nindot ni, naganahan man sad ko kay feeling na ko murag ani dutas akong paminaw iglakaw na ko mawahi akong body every time na makakuan ko na ganahan ko nga isog ko tanawon kay I was bullied man when I was grade 5 and grade 6 every time mo adto ko dito mupuwa akong mata I have to rub my eyes bisag wala ko marijuana for more red just to project I am tough so wala kay bawon na akong mga teachers but grabe akong nagian until naabot na akong mama kay di sila ganan nga kay kita man sila na ko daot kay ko pag first year dili kay ko maayo academically but I was a varsity player sa volleyball team first year to fourth year na naman po akong brother so siya po na varsity player so siya 100% scholar siya ako 50%. We were playing against Inter-Catholic or si AAA match up but ako was lucky bao nga si ko gamit second year, nakasuway na ko shabu. Kainomdom yung na 5 kabuok, 50 pesos sa akong giamot, 350 or 400 pesos among giswip. And I was up until the morning, bisag nag-inom pa mi. When I took that hit, naganahan man ko. Wala na ko ganahin sa marijuana, dili na ko sa shabu. But every time nga, ikaugma, kapoy naman ako lawas. Kaya akong brain, o akong body, dili naman makaperform well. So it was just experimentation. Nahimo siya o occasional use. Birthday sa mga classmates, group tour, banda-banda, basta na occasional gamit ko. Mga third year high school na ako, naka-layas-layas na ko sa ka week, 2 weeks. And bato ko sa akong amigo, sa akong classmate. Atong dito maluyop kay mamaligya man po siya. Pero ikapila na ko sige akong i-point ang fingers ta atong bitaw ninyo na ngani ko scapegoat na siya. So ako na siyang nahimong routine from occasional use nahimo siyang habitual na. Nakaabot ko fourth year na hinahinay na to siya pati sud kog fraternity nagsugod na sa didto. Pag nakagraduate ko high school, pag first year college na ako, nagsugod na sa didto ang krimen.
Oh,
Dili lang
okay.
dito na katunpod ko og shoot og nubin pero ang pinakaganahan man gud nako is shabu man gyud for 4 years. First year lang ako subjects puro o gid na pasaka kay drug addiction na gid siya. Ang habitual use nahimo na siyang abuse. Magsiko og cutting classes, so mag-drop ko og mga subjects, ana na ko tanbay sa ubos and then ngayo na ko og mga kwarta sa mga insik, yung mga insik magkasagaran diya kanang early. Oh, ngayo ko kwarta. Mahadlok man sila. Labi ng kibaw silang addict. And then, sa group of my fraternity before, ang mga fraternity brothers na ako, into drugs pod. So, every time magtapok me, gumagamit yun may drugs. But, the thing here is, wala sila na addict. Ako na siya na-dependent on drugs. They were okay with their lives, their school, nang graduate na sila, uban mga attorney na. Ako, 4 years na ko, first year mo niya po ng subject. I was really dependent. And ang akong uncle before, nasa government side. Actually, he was a former senator. And then,
Oh,
Citizens Drug Watch Foundation, siya nagtukod ana. And then, siya pangutana sa akong mama, unsa man, na si Glenn, nga, naan ba siya magparehab kay nakoy kailang rehabilitation center na sa Manila. Walay manghilabot niya, ana. Lingon ko, okay, ma, I can do this on my own. So, na-stop ko og first semester and nag-self-rehab ko. That's why I was eating so much yun. 5 months. I was just eating yun inside the room. I thought I was doing well. Okay, physically, I was fat, was okay. And then wala na ko mag-use of drugs. My mom asked me if you want to pursue a career or a course. Di ba, ganan man ka mag-pilot? Kung di lang ko mag-pilot ma, ganan lang ko mag-aircraft maintenance engineering. So, gi-enroll ko sa Cebu Aeronautical and Technical School. That was just 2-year course. But naabot na sa 5 years. Pag sud na ko dayon, kailan na sa mga classmate nga mga drugging sad, nagsugod na sad ko sa drugs. And wala jud ko mo doubt at all. Wala jud. Diba? Kung gamit ka, payat man ka, and kay dili man ka ganan mo kaon ana when makatake ka og shabu or meth. Once you take shabu or meth, you can't eat, you can't sleep. So, mudaot ka. And then, diri papangig, mudaot. Pero ako, kay mukaon man ko. Kibaw naman si mama na ko, kung mudaot ko, nag-drugs ni. So,
yeah.
5 years because of drug addiction gyapon. Pero, na-stop siya kay March 2003. Gitinuod na nako o gitiwas gid nako tong 2-year course nako. After that, ni take ko board exam. Kaluoy sa Diyos, I was a licensed aircraft mechanic and nakatrabaho gyud ko og mga light aircrafts lang. I was just a helper mechanic. It's 150 pesos lang per day. But ang apa to is just to have an experience lang. But again, dako man kwadto so I worked out yun. So nakapunong jud kog drugs but the alcohol wala gyapon. Grabe to akong kuan gyud kay lagan man gyud ko so ko ato night out halos every day maguyog sa akong mga friends. Kita ko girl nga muti akong nauyab and then nahimo na akong asawa. Wala pa to siya. 2006, pag 2007, I decided to work sa BPO. Pag suot ako BPO, again, ibalik na sa ang drugs. Mas grabe pa din siya. Again, niagi siya process. Wala siya mag-occasional use. Habitual use ako. So every week, may gamit ko Friday, kay Saturday, Sunday, akong day off. I have to manage the drugs. So, laag ko Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, na say work na sad. Iko-work na sad ako, kapoy naman sad ko. So, I need to take a hit na sad. Hinahinay gud siya until such time nga ni spiral gud downwards ang akong life. 5 years na gud mi sa akong ex-wife. Pag buwag niya na ako, as in grabe gud akong kinabuhi. Kay na mahala naman ko awa na bitaw. Nga ni day niya. Mas grabe akong drug intake, kinamang ko work. But the thing here is I was jumping from one company to another company. 13 companies in 2007 na abot to 2019.
Oh
So
my.
wala gid ko ka stay for a longer period of time, and wala gid ko mahimong team lead. I was vying for that position already, but dili naman ko kay kapuyan man ko, I hate responsibility man. Mas ganahan pa ko unahon ako akong drugs, and then nakibawon na kong sugal. Ang addiction grabe na. So naabot jud ko og puro kwarta nga say wala na jud ko kwarta. Manulis na jud ko bro. Three times na ko naka hold up kung now.
Oh my.
Duha ka babay, tulo ka mga bata. The last time na akong gikuan mga bata, nabalik yun na akong cellphone nila kay murag na trauma gito sila. 20 pesos na gito akong nakuha. So, touch ang ilang packet niya and then isa ka cellphone. But naghilak man sila pag naglakaw. So ako silang gitawag balik. And I was really crying good at that time. Yan ako nga, magugipag ko may ani ko. Nindot magaya akong mga schools nga the values was there that just because of the drugs lang. I was really trying good ko. Sana mi Lord eh. I was jumping from one church to another. Wala nang kibaw asa ko maduel. Okay, every time daga naman ko giilad nga mga friends, relatives, friends from another friends, acquaintance, or ako mga elementary batchmates, pangawat, even sa mga boarding houses. As in evil, good akong gipangbuhat with her. There was in a pit of mud, good. Nagkamuriching good ko. And siguro nga na Lord, wala mo ko padaka sa akong ginikanan nga mahimulingani. Oh Father, although kulatado mi but gidisiplina mi nga para madlina ang among lifestyle, ang among structure, but dapat magkubingani eh. Until such time nga nangayo gyud kog help. And the first time na pangayo na kog help, may usa ka tawo nga help na ako, gipasud ko og usa ka facility. It's a family and recovery management rehab. So I was there for 3 months. And then ni ana tong tagiya na paulian na sila ha. So somebody stopped him kay ningon man to among program director. No, wala na siya kaulian. Even yung family wala pa na trust niya. So ari lang sana siya. We will train him as a recovery coach. So nag-case manager and then yung recovery coach ko from one client, nanasi ko another client, at nagkadaghan. But 1 year and 6 months upod ko dito. After that, kinakasala ko. I resigned from that job. And nakabalik ko dito sa parents na ako. Okay, nasalig naman sa doing okay na. But I never embraced the program that alcohol is a drug. I was still drinking even though I'm a recovery coach.
You have been into that habitual stage of it. So I'm sure you were still vulnerable at that part.
Actually, good Earl, recovering addicts or recovering drug dependents are still vulnerable. Even me, even those people who are 10 years, 20 years, 21 years, or 30 years in recovery, addiction is a lifetime disease. So ang recovery, it's a lifetime process. Si Mr. Slick, naaragod diri for me every time I need to ask good grace from God. I have to be cautious enough nga ang addiction is a lifetime disease. I believe manggod in recovery, it's not just taking away the substance in your system. It's about a transformation of becoming a better version of you. 100%, 20% lang addiction. 80% nga nung mag-drugs ka because 80% because of the addictive behavior. So kinanglan I have to be aware unsa akong mga things that I need to change.
Yeah.
Even sa akong self, may yung kagmal dito. Actually, kuhan ko na ako'y anger and rage deep inside. Tapos kaniklatahon ko ng animal. Sorry for my words. Kung ingan na akong how I attack people before. More on kulata, sumbag. Akong father, it's more on kanang baba niya. Kanang mga kulata-kulata. Diri na sad namo. But ako, nakuha na ako ang iyang anger or rage sa ubang tao. Diyan na ako ipa.
Yes, yes. And it becomes you.
Di ba, it's ironic, di ko ganahan sa iyang batasan, but nadaan ako ang iyang character, ang behavior. So, hinahinay na ako. I'm still a work in progress, Earl. Okay. So, after 1 year, 6 months, uli ko sa balay, and then 1 month, wala ko gawas-gawas, kay kibaw, di ko nakabalik ko. True enough, nibalik na sa ko BPO, 2017, nabalik na sad ko. And ni-double na sad siya. Nibalik na sad akong batasan. So, gipagawas na sad ko sa balay sa akong parents, kikibaw man sila nagamit ko. Bisan pang wala sila kita, but they know kung unsa akong mga actions, unsa akong mata, physical aspect, mental aspect, psychological, and the behavior. So, nigawas na sad ko. Then, boarding house sad ko. Same thing happened. And then, I was really crying na sad. And then, yan ako, Lord, marikapoy naman kayo ni siya. I really wanted to stop this madness. Marikapoy naman kayo nga kinabuhi. Dili naman ko pasudlon sa boarding house kay lock naman. 3 to 4 months wala na ko bayad. So akong mga butang, akong kwaon, and then I was roaming around again the streets of Colon, wondering where to eat, where to sleep. So ato ko St. Peter's, musod ko og mga rooms dito. Tanaw na ko kinsay namatay, unsay name, mag-ilis lang sa pugtarong. Musulod ko, manon na kong pangadji for 1 hour. And then naman ipanghatag, siopaw, mitrol, cookies. Ako na siyang isud. So, kuwan kay gusto naman kayo. E di mo ko ganahan nga, mangawat na sa, di na ko ganahan nga mangilad. Diya lang ang yugo sa St. Peter, diya matulog for 7 days. And then right after, naman ko'y kaila sa Safe Haven. Kauban ako sa facility before. He was working as a recovery coach. And yan na siya sa tabiya na ako ni kaila. Hopefully atong matabangan. Ni-shoot ko 2019, that was October 2, 2019. Ako yun na siyang gisuwat nga. Muna akong day 1 din siya. Clean and sober ko. So pag sud na ako, nanuktok ko, and with arms wide open, they embraced me with love. Dili siya pareha sa rehab nga nagian ako before. It was a loving facility. It was a humane, Christ-centered facility. Ay bulong ko nga, Lord, marag mo na gini akong giampo nimo ko, Lord, tagail lang ko og signs, take me out of this darkness, take me out of this pit, and then ganahan ako magbago. Nadungog ni Lord ang akong prayer, i-guide ko nga asa ko dapita nga gisud. I believe nga si Lord yun, himo niyang instrumento si Eman, kanang director namong karon, nasud ko sa Safe Haven, and their advocacy is my advocacy now. Kinakanan ko la, Kribia diri. It's a place of refuge, place for people who are struggling with this disease, struggling or battles with addiction, and they got to love the people until they will love themselves. Wow, kanina na program. Naabot ko dito, and then gihimo ko lang orderly. Kag tigabli og gate, I humble down myself. Yun, I don't know where else to go yun, and I don't want to go back to where I was. Inahan ako magbangko. You orchestrate with me tanan ni Lord. Kaya I know those people who wanted to have second chances. Ihatag nila ni Lord. So, akong heart manggod kay I wanted to change manggod before, but I don't know where to start. Na-help yun ko mga tao. They sent angels yun for me nga maka-open sa akong mata. Sa joy purpose na kinabuhi. And I don't know what my purpose is sa akong kinabuhi before. But right now, kuha na good siya kung asa ko dapita gibutang ni Lord. And I believe na di ako gibutang kay I know I can help other people. Dagan kay na close the door. I never embraced all the blessings that I had before it. Actually, there's purpose why it happened. For me to be better person. So, na ni close the door and nasa ni open karon ng opportunity. And grabe kay si Lord yun. Dili niya akong own mic. Si Lord yun naghimo ani tanan nganong nabot ko diri karon nga 5 years clean ako siya. His amazing grace yun. Grabe. Walay lain gud.
Your story is one of those that reignite and gives us hope once again for whatever we see in humanity, whatever addiction they face, there is always hope, there is always redemption. So with that, Kuya Bob, I sincerely congratulate you for this, and I hope you still keep the fight.
Right, I just want to let people know that I'm still a work in progress. There's still a lot of things that I need to learn and change. Actually, more giningon, addicts are good people with just bad habits. For those people who are battling with the disease of addiction, families na may problema sila, anak, bana, asawa, sisters, brothers, neighbors, relatives, there is hope. Life will get better. Indeed, it will get better. And dili raman ako mga story, daghan kay mga stories out there. Kung makapaminaw lang ka, daghan kaayo nga mas grabe yun ang ilang mga stories, but it gives me hope yun. Hope nga pag-asa sa mga tao na nalambigit sa drugas. Mga families manggod kung nay usa ka pamilya na nay addict, ang pamilya tanan magka-problema manggod. So hopefully lang dili sila magtagpo sa ilang mga family members na nalambigit sa drugas. Thank you so much for the time and the space nga for me to tell my story. Salamat kayo.
And I'm pretty sure that those who cling on to the hope of God that has changed Kuya Bob's life, it's a testament that God sees everything and can change your life tremendously. So thank you again, Kuya Bob. Now, I just want to ask, what is your advice for those who are recovery coaches?
For like, you have to be authentic. You have to love your clients so that clients will love themselves. More ginigiblik paling na ko. Naman yung program ihatag rin nga, there are things that we cannot change The only thing that we can change is ourselves. Bisan pag unsaon pa ang mga clients, they're vulnerable. Na sila magsuko na sila. You got to have patience. Kay if wala kay patience, masinggitan gid mo siya, ang lisod ka. Actually, they're struggling outside and we don't have to shout at them. We just have to love them. We got to love them until they will love themselves.
Now that you are a life recovery coach, what are your dreams for our society, most especially for those who are struggling with addiction?
A better place yun to live. Okay, right now, it's pandemic yun. Worldwide, ang addiction, hindi ko paingon nga can stop them. We just have to give them hope. Kaya kung wala tayo hope for them nga ma-change sila, maglisod sila, and then na may butang sa program nga higher power, may it be Jesus or kung skin sa imong God, but you have to believe na maka-help out na sa nimo.
Very well said. Just one thing before we wrap up. What wakes you up early in the morning?
Gratefulness lang. Gratefulness to wake up na wala ang void. And I'm free from actively using, and I can help out other people. The advocacy right now is to help those people who are still suffering in silence. Daghan kayo who are still suffering in silence. What I know, 76% of people who are addicted to drugs have jobs. And was lucky about they have an addiction. So hopefully I can share. This is part of a platform for me to share my story nga masend nga na message of hope to the ambassador of hope.
With you, Kuya Bak, that you are a work in progress. It's always been a gift. So I admire you for that. Again, thank you very much, Kuya Bak, for your time in sharing your story. And I'm sure that you have inspired a lot.
Thank you so much, Earl. Thank you so much, yun kayo, ha?
You're most welcome, Kuya Bak. So we have the doggy right here. Say
hi.
Hi.